I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of this newsletter is going to be when your girlfriend never pays, what you should do about it, and how to tell if your girl is really a giver or not. Got an email here from a viewer, and he says, "Hey Corey, great videos, man. There's some really good information here." Well, thank you. The reason I give a lot of stuff away is so you can apply what I teach, and you can see how well it works for you. And then you go, holy shit. When you see how well it works for you, guess what? It builds your confidence, and not only that, it builds your confidence to apply even more of it, which, guess what? Gives you even more of the kind of results that I say will happen, which builds your confidence even more. He says, I've got a dilemma that I need help with. My girlfriend, which is perfect in so many ways to me, does not ever offer to pay for anything when we are out. She'll sometimes cook me dinner, which does count. Well, that's good. That's definitely a sign that she's a giver in that particular way. But when we hit the town for date night, she never even attempts to pay. It really kind of wears on me. I love this girl with all my heart, but I have a hard time with this as it really gets expensive. I mean, I could just talk to her about it, but then she might do it just to please me, not out of her own free will. He says, everything else about the relationship is really great, and this is a girl that I would consider marrying in due time. How would you go about this? Thanks. Well, it's good that you're noticing these things, that you're looking out for. But my question is, can she afford it? Is she broke? I mean, a lot of women just automatically assume that the guy is going to pay for everything. But you also, even if a girl doesn't have a lot of money, at least every once in a while, buy me a drink. Make some kind of effort. But you did say that she cooks you dinner every now and then. And so, but what if your girl is rich? What if she's making 3 times the money that you're making and she still never offers? That's something to consider. And what I would say to her is just tell her, just say, hey, look, I love you and I adore you. And it would just be nice if every once in a while you offered to pay, or you offered to buy a drink, or you just did something for me. Because I feel like I always pay, and it kind of bothers me. Just because the way I look at it is, if you really love me and you really cared about me, even if it was a stretch for you financially, every once in a while you'd buy me a drink, or you buy me lunch, or you buy me a dinner, or you take me to a movie or something. Just every once in a while to show me that you care. It would mean a lot if you could do that. And you just say that. I mean, because at the end of the day, the purpose of all relationships is you go there to give. You're there to meet each other's needs and help each other grow and become more. And if there's something that you'd like her to do for you, then tell her. I did an article a while back called Rate Me, R-A-T-E. Basically, you sit down and you rate each other at the end of the week. And so you say, if you're sitting like Sunday and you're reading or watching the morning news or whatever, or you're doodling on the internet, or you're just sitting around drinking your tea or your coffee, or having a mimosa on Sunday morning and blowing off some steam, whatever it is you happen to do on a Sunday, and you sit around and say, hey, baby, over the past week, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate me as a boyfriend to you? And if she says, you were a 7, just say, okay, well, if I was a 7, what would I have had to have done differently that would have caused you to say, oh, you were a total fucking 10, you were the perfect boyfriend this past week? What would I have done differently? And ask her. And then the next week, strive to do those extra things. And then you say, okay, well, on a scale of 1 to 10, you were an 8 as a girlfriend this week, or you were a 6. Then just say 6. Well, why was I a 6 and not a 10? It's like, well, I would have said you were a 10 if you'd have done this, and that. And I would really love it, and I'd really appreciate it if you would surprise me with that next week or over the next few weeks. And so the idea is that once a week, you sit down with one another and you ask each other good quality questions, because the quality of your relationship is going to be in direct proportion to the quality of the questions that you consistently ask one another. And when you're asking one another good quality questions, and then you listen to each other, and then you try to do the things that the other person says, because the whole purpose is you go there to give, and you're there to meet each other's needs. You want to be fulfilled emotionally, spiritually, physically, sexually, in every way you want to be fulfilled. And the only way, because you're not a mind reader, we're not all psychic, and we can't read each other's mind and know what each other's thinking. And so by asking good quality questions, you enable your partner to help meet your needs. But it all comes through effective communication and not getting bent out of shape with it. And so I would approach your girl in that particular way and just mention those things. and then wait and see how she does. See if a month goes by. If a month or two goes by and she hasn't once offered, you just say, I'm going to be honest with you, it really chaps my ass. And we talked about this like a couple months ago, and you never once offered. And it's like, it makes you feel like you don't care. And then talk about it then. But more than likely, if you mention to her in the way that I said, she'll probably do it for you. But like I said, she's not going to be psychic. And there's another good book that you should read that I highly recommend. It's called The 5 Love Languages. Because some people, because there's some people that show their gift, they show their love and affection for another person by buying them a gift. Other people, it's giving affection. And other people, their love language might be telling the other person by speaking and verbalizing what it is that they love about you. And so if you're a person that when somebody gives you a gift, that communicates that they love you, but you're dating or you're married to somebody who shows affection, but they never buy you gifts because their way of showing love is affection, then the only way to know is if you talk to each other and you discover what each other's love language is. It's a really helpful book. And it's really short. I think it's like 100 pages. It's by, I think, Gary Chapman, I think was his name, The 5 Love Languages. Great book. I would highly recommend that book that you read as well on the subject. So if you have a question that you want me to answer in a future video newsletter, go to my website, click the Contact Me tab, which will be on the left-hand side of your screen. Send me 1 to 2 paragraphs max, and just give me several days to get back to you with a response. If you want to talk to me right away, the quickest way to get my help is to book a paid phone coaching session. You can do that by going on my website, click the Products tab, which will be at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions. If you want a digital version of my Kindle ebook, on my website, underneath the email sign-up box on the right-hand side, there's a box that has a link that will take you right to the Amazon Kindle download page. Once you get there, if you don't have a Kindle device already, you can download one of their free e-reader apps by clicking the button on the page to download one for your smartphone, your tablet device, or your computer. It only takes a matter of seconds to download the app and complete the purchase of my book. And if you appreciate the value of the information I offer in these video newsletters and the articles on my website, you can show your appreciation by going to my website on the Wibby toolbar, which will be at the bottom of your screen. Click the PayPal donate button and donate any amount that you feel is equal to the value of the information. And I will talk to you soon.